push forward, because I actually have had people who have a goal. They're like, I want to hit this goal, and we get that goal. And this was like 4 months ago. Somebody actually came to me and was like, I don't know what to do. I hit that goal, and it's just because it can't be all about the physical. There's so much more that comes out of fitness, and I believe that it's more than just fitness. So sometimes you'll maybe see some of my posts that says it's more than just fitness. So here at Elevate, we want to build you from the inside out. We want to help you kind of develop a why, a reason for doing this. My reason is, this is one of my daughters, but I have 3 daughters, and they keep me going. And I like to exercise because as I get older, I want to see everything that they do. I want to be active in every part of their life. I want to see grandkids, I hope God blesses me to see all of those things. But a big thing for me is to not be on a hospital bed when I'm like 60 and having my girls there beside me crying because, dad didn't take care of me. So I try to strive to make sure I kind of take care of my body and I'm in the best health so they don't have to suffer, my wife doesn't have to suffer. That's one of my big whys, and that keeps me going. But again, I like to stay active. Like sometimes we may want to play a kickball game. We do plan on having a kickball game in September. Sometimes we want to play softball, and I want to be able to do that stuff. I don't want to be, I can't play, I got this hurt, or I haven't did anything in a long time. I don't want that. I want to be able to be active, and your health should come first. So if you open up your folder, the first thing you see to your right, it's a nutrition plan. Now we have more than these, but we typically start people out on the lactose-free, kind of cut a little bit of that dairy out of your life. There's some saturated fats in it, can increase bloating, so we try to cut that down. But nutrition is right here on the right all by itself because nutrition is everything. Working out does so many things internally, but we still have to make sure we fuel ourselves right, make sure you're eating right. That exerts to energy and how you go through your day. If you eat something bad, you may feel sluggish afterwards. Whether you work out or not, you'll feel sluggish. That's nutrition. So we want you to focus on nutrition as well as exercise. We will be taking you to the grocery store this month, or we'll go through the grocery store and I'll give you some tips on how to shop and kind of help you with that. There's a schedule that's on the Facebook page where you can look and see, and then we'll announce it a couple of days out. But on that Facebook schedule, it tells you different things. Like we have a kids workout, we have kids, so you bring your kids and we exercise with them, and it's a good thing because once they do it once, like they always want to do it. We have kids over here that watch, and they're in the kids room and they're just watching and doing the same thing their parents do because they want to be like us. So if we can show them health, we can show them exercise, they're going to grow up wanting to be healthy and exercise, and that's important. So we do have a kids, this focus, pay attention to that calendar and make sure you keep up with it. So you don't miss any of the things that we do. We do have a lot of fun. Last Saturday, part of the workout was dive ball. And when we did some on Friday, and between Friday and Saturday, we had like 60 adults. And there's not one person that left and said I didn't have fun. But when they came in, they may have had a bad day, it's Friday, they may have had something rough happen at work, and they came in and they played and let that inner child out. And they exercise too. We had a workout in too. They have fun. So when we do those things, try to make it because we can almost promise every time it's going to be fun. Behind that first page, it says this year I will do more of this and less of this. We can say this summer, we can say this 4 weeks. You can kind of keep this as your mantra as far as your goals and where you're trying to go and what you want to do. But we do want to see this. So next week or over the weekend, if you can fill this out and bring this in so we can kind of see some of the things that you want to do more of and less of. It helps us to know you a little bit better. If we know you more on a personal level, then we can help you overcome the obstacles that you're going to come across on your fitness journey because, it's not easy. Nobody goes and says it's easy to work out. Working out isn't easy. If it was easy, then everybody would do it. If you look at the state of America, everybody doesn't do it. But it can be fun and it can be very, very rewarding. And that's our job and our goal is to make sure it's rewarding. This right here, you can kind of take this out, keep this for yourself. This is the third page. And this is kind of your monthly weigh-ins. As far as your weigh-ins are concerned, what we do is today we're going to do an in-body screen. We have a pretty fancy machine in the back that gives us a very accurate reading of your body fat, of your muscle, of your limbs, how much they weigh. In the limbs is, most people wonder why. That's really for us to see if you are unbalanced on any side is really strong in the other one. But every week, what you're gonna do, once a week, you're gonna come in, you're gonna weigh in here, and we have this Omron to check your body fat percentage. And you can pick your day. I wouldn't say do it on a Monday or Tuesday, because we don't know what the weekend might bring, hopefully good things. But I would say a Wednesday or Thursday, maybe even Friday. Once a week you wanna do that, and you wanna turn into, there's gonna be a bucket up here. Jesse's using it right now, but there's gonna be just, can you flash, there you go, that's the bucket. And you're gonna put your weigh in that bucket, and we take it out every week and we check it. Now we take what you put in that bucket and we ask that you track your food. Some people that's challenging. You ever heard of MyFitnessPal? Anybody? So MyFitnessPal, you can go in and you can put your food and you can print that out and turn it in. And if you turn it in, we can take what you turned in and everything that you do weekly and compare and say, hey, you're losing lean muscle because you're not taking enough protein. Or your body fat percentage went up because you may be retaining water. So if you can turn those both in, that gives us more of a platform to help direct you. And the ultimate goal is not for you to be tracking your food 5-10 years down the road. It's to get you to understand what you should take in, how you should be eating, and what your body responds to. Everybody responds different. So that's one thing that we want to make sure that you do is every week on your day, try to make it the same day. If you can make it in the morning, that is great. When we do another in-body scan, it'll be closer towards the end of the 4 weeks, but it'll be in the morning because the morning gives us the best reading. And you'll try to empty your bladder before you do it. But try to do that every week on the same day, turn that in, and we're gonna follow that. What we also need you to do is come at least 3 times a week. 3 times a week doing what we do gives you about 90 minutes of moderate to high physical activity. If you're doing 75 to 150 minutes a week, 3 times a week, and you do that for 3 months, you can consider yourself physically active. And if you're physically active, that reduces your risk of heart disease, stroke, all the diseases that you're at high risk of before it reduces it. Cancer, it brings all those risks down once you're physically active. But the studies show you have to be moderate to high, 75 minutes to 150 minutes, 3 times a week, or low to moderate, 150 to 300 minutes a week. But we're moderate to high. We get you moving, we get your heart rate up. We're gonna help you burn fat. We're gonna help you add on lean muscle. That's what you wanna do. You wanna burn fat and add lean muscle. So when you get on the scale may say 1 or 2 pounds a week. That's gonna fluctuate. The weight will fluctuate. I mean, it could be, but what we really focus on is body fat percentage. We want that to go down. We want the body fat to drop, and we want lean muscle to increase. And we don't build bodybuilders here. We don't really have, well, we could, but we really don't have or push or have the time frames to bulk people up and to make you look like, so you're not gonna bulk up. A lot of people are afraid, if I lift weights, I'm gonna get big. You're not gonna get big. If you lift weights the way we do it, you're gonna add lean muscle, you're gonna tone up, you're gonna see definition, and you're gonna drop body fat. And that's the ultimate goal. Any questions so far? All right, we're going through pretty smooth, pretty fast, almost there. Are y'all excited?
When I use the MyFitness app, but I thought you had a paid version to be able to print out and stuff, not really anymore?
No, you can do it on your desktop.
Okay, do it on the desktop.
On your desktop, yep. You print it from your desktop. Jesse, exactly how, we always ask the members who do it how, and they'll post on the page. So if you have any issues, just say, having a hard time printing out MyFitnessPal, and somebody will go and explain to you how to do it. But you have to print it from your desktop, I believe. But no, you don't have to get the version to pay for to print it. But printing it is the best way. Using MyFitnessPal is the best way because it gives the macronutrients and grams, and it's so easy for us to look through and kind of say, hey, you need more of this and more of that. And what we advise of you to do is not from our own personal goals for you, it's a guideline that we go off of. But we just kind of keep you in that guideline based on your goals and what you want to do. But using MyFitnessPal is great. If you have a hard time doing it, I tell people at least write it down. Do something. Because sometimes someone will come up and say, hey, I dropped this or I'm gaining weight here. And I'm like, well, what did you eat yesterday or the day before? And they're like, well, I ate let me see it. If you can show it to me, it's so much easier and it's so much more direct and it's more actual than you saying, okay, well, I ate this. Oh, wait, no, I forgot I had that. Just write it down and let me see it. If you can't do MyFitnessPal, write it down. If you can, That'd be great, and it'll help me pinpoint a little bit better. And these are, you see this page right here where it's glycemic horrors. These are foods that will spike your blood sugar. Just some tips, just some things to help you. Again, our goal is to help you, is to inform you, is to coach you, and it's to build you up. It's to make fitness fun. It's going to be challenging. Without any challenge, there's no growth. So of course we want to challenge you. We're not going to ask you to do too much. Stephanie, you worked out yesterday. That was your first time?
First time in 2 years.
In 2 years? How you feeling today?
I can't move hardly. But it's a
Okay.
good thing, it's a good thing.
Well, so now here's the thing. What we do, and it's hard, we do want you to kind of pace yourself the first week. Because if you get to the point where you don't have a lot of mobility without any pain, then we may have went a little bit too hard and we've had some damage. So we want to pull back a little bit. Because if there's a lot of damage, then there's not a lot of synthesis going on. Your body has to repair that before it can rebuild the rest of your body. So we kind of want to pace it out. So for coaching, and you see it say, slow down, that means that the look on your face is really straining and you're pushing, which is good. It'll be good at one point, but right now that means that you're giving off too much and you may be extremely sore the next day. And that are kind of in 4 weeks that we have with you on this challenge, we want to get the most out of these 4 weeks. So we do want you to, we say slow down, just kind of say, okay, let me take a break and then get back into it. So really look out for that when we advise of that. There's not much more to it. Jesse, did I miss anything?
No.
No? Y'all have any questions? What we're gonna do, we're gonna do an in-body scan. Where we get your in-body scan, and I'm just gonna check the range of motion on some of you to make sure that you're not at risk for any injuries, like your shoulders, your hips. So that'll be quick, so we're gonna break you up, and I have, actually, I just take 3 at a time, and we'll just alternate sending you back there with Jesse to do the in-body scan, all right? So,